Little kids. I got
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday, November 14th Park City Council meeting. The mayor was out of town the last second tonight, so I'm stepping in as the council president. I know Ben texted me also and said he would be absent tonight. Marlo, would you do the roll?
Charlie Davidson,
Here.
George Glover,
Here.
Ben Saucetta, Charles Schwenke,
Here.
Tom Jones,
Here.
George Capps,
Here.
Brandy Bailey, Jim Schrader.
Here.
Council President, you have a quorum.
Call the meeting to order. Charlie is going to lead us in the invocation, and Charles, the Pledge of Allegiance.
Stand and bow your heads with me. God, I just want to come before you tonight and thank you for being the Alpha and the Omega.
Yes.
Lord, I pray that tonight you be with this council, that you would give us wisdom and insight and direction, and God, that what we do would glorify you.
Yes.
And I pray that all that we do, we glorify you. I pray that the government leaders here, the government body, Lord, that we can make Park City to be a beacon of light in this world, that people can look to be an example. And we just lift this night up to you. We thank you and pray all this. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. I would appreciate a motion to approve the agenda with removal of items 5, 6, and 7. It's my understanding the Champtown guys were not ready to present that yet.
And number 11, too.
As well as number 11, okay. Getting used to the parliamentarian. That is Charlie.
I move to approve the agenda as printed with the removal of item 5, 6, 7, and 11.
Randy?
Second.
Sean, do we have any awards and presentation stuff?
You need to vote, sir.
Oh, I'm.
You have a
Marlo.
motion, you have a second.
And then
All those in favor?
all those in favor, sorry, I'm distinguishing between roll call and the regular votes. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay? That would
6-0.
be, do I vote in this scenario? Doug? Okay, so 7-0. There we go. Now, Sean, any awards and presentations tonight?
No, sir. Tonight we have no awards and presentation, and we're on to public forum.
Okay. For public forum, I have Monty Patton and Crystal Taylor signed up to speak, so please come on up and state your name and address and let us know.
Jim, he's got his hat on.
Oh,
Take your hat.
Sure,
Thank you
sorry.
very much.
Thank you. My name's Monty Patton, Crystal Taylor. We reside at 6345 North Jacksonville. And we're here today to discuss a couple of items in our neighborhood that we have addressed to the city before. It is the stray cats, people feeding the cats, and the motel across the street and all the trash and everything else that goes on. Crystal, on September 6th, had emailed the city, Jay McQuinn responded in light of these items that are going on. We have, at any given night, there are 6 to 10 stray cats hanging out. There's a ditch right there between us and Applebee's that is overgrown. That seems to be their safe haven. They've now become safe haven into our yard, our neighbor's yard. We have pictures of a gentleman that comes about midnight, feeds the cats, has left paper plates. Those trash all come into our yard. Now, as of October 30th, the section between us and Applebee's, they have started leaving tin cans. As of October 30th, those cans are still there. The trash from the hotel, I understand they have that big dumpster there, but the hotel is another issue. I mean, there's just a lot of things goes on there in our neighborhood, but everything seems to accumulate in our yard. And like I said, we addressed this on September 6th. They said that they would try to see what they could do about it, and, but that's why we're here today, just fact of, it seems now that they're feeding the cats with a 9-week gestation period, we're probably gonna have kittens here before long. So it's just becoming a nuisance for our property, our cats in our yard, in the yard, on our vehicles. Our neighbors have said the same things. So that's why we're here and want to address that issue.
Crystal, did you have anything?
I was just going to also comment that a lot of the people that live in that hotel or stay, they are just throwing the trash outside the window. They don't even take it to the dumpster. They just throw it out. It just sits out there, it blows around. I don't know why they just throw it out, but that's one more thing
Yeah,
that.
we appreciate the neighborhood. It's just we'd like to keep it decent, especially being that thoroughfare, people going to Applebee's and things in that manner.
Yeah, understandable. Thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you.
I saw Sean
Thank you.
make a note.
Thanks for your
so
time.
We'll follow up. And that's all we have signed up for public forum tonight. Do we have any staff reports?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Charlie?
So moved.
And Brandy?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Passes 7-0. So items 5, 6, and 7 have been removed. That moves us up to item 8, which is discuss and consider approval of the proposal from Schaefer Architecture. And we'll give Sean a second here to present.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, council. Let me get to item 8. As council is aware, attached is a proposal from Schaefer Architecture to assist in the exploratory phase of a new city pool. Schaefer, in cooperation to Water's Edge Aquatic Design, will provide a plan with imagery of amenity options, along with an opinion of probable construction costs for consideration and public feedback. They will assist with the development of a survey, questions, and materials, as well as provide color renderings of a concept that depicts the preferred amenities and overall scope of the project. Their tentative timeline is 6 weeks and includes compiling the information for consideration and feedback. Both city and public feedback will be, and conceptual renderings will be developed. The total cost of the study is $9,800. It is currently at this time unbudgeted, but as council is well aware that this was one of the top priorities listed for the increase in the sales tax. So this is the first step of that.
Any questions or discussion from the council? And George Capps?
Well, since I've been the biggest mouth on the council, wanting a swimming pool and hating the fact that we closed our old one, I'm going to move to approve the proposal from Schaefer Architecture in an amount of $9,800 to be paid out of the general fund park department.
Charlie?
I second.
And we have some, nope, everybody's cleared out. So we have a motion. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandy.
I do have a question. So this is for the the design and all that, will this proposal also look at possible locations for the pool as well?
Yes, ma'am, and I would like to clarify, this is not for the design. This is for them to come up
Oh, they're
with
the design
the
company,
options and design concepts and everything along that line, so.
Okay.
But yes, they will look at current infrastructure, other proposed locations, as council has expressed that there's a couple to be considered.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're having them look at locations as well.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
part of the plan. Okay.
Well, we have a motion and a second to approve it, so all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That has passed 7-0. Item 9, discuss and consider the 2023 sidewalk package. Gina.
Good evening. Council previously approved sidewalk locations for the 2023 sidewalk program to include the Ironstone Addition connection to the Grove Parks, 61st Street from City Hall to Hydraulic, and Hydraulic to Prairie Hills 4th Edition. During the engineering and design phase for the Hydraulic Avenue portion, staff discovered several complexities that would prohibit timely completion for 2023 funds. Staff is proposing to continue working through the design issues on Hydraulic, but postponing the construction to be included in the 2024 sidewalk program. In an effort to best utilize budgeted funds and continue to improve the overall system, staff is proposing to substitute with sidewalk installation in Prairie Wind Park. The proposed sidewalk was identified as a recommendation in the approved Park Master Plan adopted this year. Additionally, it was ranked a third priority when residents were surveyed on the 1% sales tax measure. Staff is seeking approval to adjust sidewalk locations for the 2023 sidewalk program. And upon approval, the sidewalks will be sent out for bids with a bid opening occurring on December 7th. And I would just like to explain that the attachment plans that you had in your packet are in draft form. We're making some minor tweaks, but the general location will remain the same. I stand for any questions you may have.
Do you have any questions? Charlie?
What were the complexities you faced?
The ditches, they're the
Okay.
biggest issue, the ditches and utilities, having to relocate utilities and maybe find a way to do enclosed structures throughout there so that we have enough land to put the sidewalk on.
Okay, thank you.
George Glover?
Yeah, is there any timetable as far as completion dates, once it gets started?
On the Hydraulic Avenue portion or on the sidewalks?
Hydraulic.
We're hoping within the first few months of the year that we can work through that. The goal is to bid these things out sooner. I don't like being up here in November doing this. So I've talked with our engineer and we're working on those consecutively as we work on the other stuff. And so our goal is to get those out within the first quarter of the next year to be, ahead of the ball.
And the sidewalks, is there anything on that, or just as far as completion of that, once they start doing them? The other, not the 61st, but the other one.
On these sidewalks for the Prairie Wind Park, and it will be a 2024 project, as long as we obligate the funds now, it would be 2023 funds. But it's likely that the contractor would start in January, sometime in January. With the bid opening being on December 7th, there's probably about a 30-day period before they'd begin work.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Charles?
We're referring to those as sidewalks, but they are walking trails. Are they going to be the wide version? Or
They are
standard?
not all the wide version. The connection to Ironstone would be, because the Ironstone is pathway. The other areas are going to be 6 foot.
6 foot? All right.
That's you.
Okay, I don't have any more questions, so would accept a motion. Charlie?
I move to approve the 2023 sidewalk program revisions to include the Ironstone Addition connection, Prairie Winds Park, and 61st Street from City Hall to Hydraulic Avenue to be paid from the Special Streets and Highway Fund.
Tom?
Second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Passes 7-0. Item 10, discuss and consider resolution consenting to the subordination of its interest in connection with the taxable industrial revenue bond series 2016. Doug?
Mayor and council, this is a procedural resolution in connection with a 2016 IRB that the council granted to Central State Thermo King. The tenant, Central State Thermo King, who is now known as Park City Associates, are refinancing the debt on their facility. And as in the original documents, the city subordinates the IRB bonds to that mortgage financing, and this resolution does the same for the refinancing. A procedural matter, and I would recommend that the council adopt the resolution.
Charlie?
I move to approve Resolution 1183-2023, a resolution of the governing body of City of Park City, Kansas, authorizing the city to consent to the subordination of its interest in connection with taxable industrial revenue bonds, Series 2016 of the City of Park City, Kansas.
Brandy?
Second.
Motion by Charlie, seconded by Brandy. So all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And against? Motion passes 7-0. Item 11 has been removed. So, fast meeting, so we're down to governing body reports. So, Brandon?
Well, elections were last week, and I just want to thank the voters that voted to allow me to stay here for another 4 years. I do appreciate it. I absolutely love doing this job, so I look forward to serving the next 4 years. I do want to say to George and Tom, that way I don't forget about it before the end of the year, that I do appreciate working next to you guys and all the knowledge you guys have brought to this council, and you will be missed. And to Troy and Terry, I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys and seeing what all you bring to the table. So, thank you.
Well, I suppose I should say congratulations to the winners. I didn't run because I think it's fairly obvious I'm not able to. That's the reason I didn't. I have been in service to this community since 1978, before it was a city. In one form or another, I've worked here a long time, most of it for no money, but a lot of it, I spent several years with the police department. But I've got 1.5 more meetings, I think, to go. But I would like to say something. You know, I've heard a lot of talk and seen a lot of names put out there. But you know, there was a lady, her name is Bernice Core. Her and her husband were part of the founders of this community. Bernice was a council member at one time. She served as a council member. She was a reserve police officer. She was one of those I'm talking about at work for nothing. And, you know, they put in a tremendous amount of time. But, you know, it seems to me like people like her and her husband, they're both deceased now at God, but, you know, people like them, they's what made this city. But it seems like people who didn't do 1/10 as much as they did seem to get the recognition. And I would, one of the things I think about Bernice is I worked with her as a reserve officer. Phil might have too, I don't know. But, you know, she worked hard, her and her husband both. And I don't know how to say it. I just don't think things are quite fair when, I guess that's probably getting old and being around so long as you know all these people, and the names that you see like Sherwood and Conley and those names like that, they're just names to you, but they're people I worked with, and they were great people. But I'm kind of sad to go, but you know, it's obvious my time has passed. That's all I got.
Well, thanks, George. Those are good comments.
I got to mirror what George said. I've been around for a long time. There's a lot of new ideas coming in here. I have baggage that I carry with me from history, a long time ago when there was nothing out here, and thinking about all the things that have happened and the things that are coming. I think there was Quick Trip, Cracker Barrel, and Kais was here when I came on council. And so, been part of the whole thing, and I've enjoyed it. It's just time for me to pass on and move out of here. And I congratulate Terry and Troy both. Wish them well, and carry on my charge. So, one other thing, there was discussion tonight about feral cats during the forum. We've got a problem with that up around the horseshoe too, the top of the horseshoe, in that area up there where east and west meet. I don't know whether the local people up in there have resolved it in the last 6 months or so, or a year, but there's quite a few cats up there that don't have homes, and it's a complaint, so I just wanted to pass that on. I know we can't do anything but trap them now, if we can do that. I don't even know if we can do that legally. But that's it, I'm done. Thank
Could
you.
I say something on that, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I heard what the gentleman said, but I think if somebody was down there feeding those cats, I think that could be evidence that those cats belong to him, and maybe he's the one that ought to suffer some consequences for that. Just my thoughts. That's all I had, Jim.
No, sure. Just out of curiosity, how many years did you guys each serve on council?
I
I'm
can't-
short of 25.
I'm not sure. I think I came in '05. I was excited because they was working with Thomas Estridge. You know, he was a convicted con man, and I couldn't believe he was doing business with him, so I run for council.
Sir, if I may, Mr. Capps, Councilmember Capps was sworn in April of 2007, and Councilmember Jones was sworn in April of 1999. So it's 16 years on council for Councilmember Capps and 24 years, like you said, 4 months shy of 25 years,
Wow.
a quarter century for Councilmember Jones.
I couldn't
Water
remember.
hydrants are at. So,
I couldn't remember. I know they've been good years.
After starting on my third term, I thought, wow, that's a long time, but I'm only halfway there,
Yes.
apparently.
Congratulations to both of you.
Yeah. Anything else, Tom?
I'm done, yep.
Okay. I don't have much. I just want to thank everybody that got out to vote, and it's always hard on a off year and I realize you took some time to go out and vote on 2 questions on my ballot, and I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that did that. That's all I have.
Well, being rather new to the community, I really appreciated both of you guys. I know I leaned on both of you a little bit for a little wisdom here and there. And with the experience comes wisdom, and we're gonna miss that. But don't think that might not still lean on you guys a little bit now and then, and because you're not going anywhere. You're going to be in Park City, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. We might be calling on you. But anyway, really appreciate, the efforts that you guys have put in and all the years that you've put in. It's phenomenal. That's it.
Okay. George?
Yeah, also kudo that for George and Tom, just the wisdom they provided, not only me, but the council, the insights that you have on different ideas, and maybe something we didn't think about that we ought to about what's going on in the city of Park City, so I appreciate that. It's been a long journey, and like I said, you guys have made it. I think you've completed your journey. Now it's time to pass that baton on to someone else, so I just appreciate both of you. Also want to bring up the fact we got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. There are a number of programs that are available to our residents. United Way has a number of Thanksgiving and Christmas programs. If someone is interested in that, you can dial 211, or you can go online at 211kansas.org and see those programs that are available to those in need. Thank you.
I will just echo what everybody said. Congratulations to Terry and Troy, and welcome aboard here soon. Join us on the council. I've only been here a couple of years. Tom, I appreciate your leadership over the last couple of years. I definitely look to your wisdom and guidance as I was trying to learn things with the council, so I appreciate you. And George, I think if I looked up Park City in the dictionary, your picture would be right there. You're definitely somebody I know that stands for Park City, and you actually started serving this community before I was born, so I don't want to age anybody, but appreciate your hard work and everything.
Let's be how old I am, and I say I'm real old.
But I appreciate both of you very much. And there's a lot going on in Park City. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening in Park City, and that couldn't have been done without your guys' leadership prior to me being on the council and others being on the council. And the work that you guys put in got us to where we're at today. So I do appreciate that, and thank you.
Chip, can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure, George.
I hope you guys have got somebody, I haven't talked to Tom about it. I don't know if Tom is going to continue with WAMPO or not. I haven't discussed it with him. But I can tell you, through he's chaired the WAMPO, he's got the connections down there. He was responsible partially and majorly for us getting a lot of money for our roads and bridges. I can't say how much he's done for this city. And a lot of it was through WAMPO, and he did this on his own time, on his own dime. He never drew mileage or anything like that. He just drove his own vehicle on his own time. He did all that for this city, and I think it needs to be out there what he done. And if he don't serve with WAMPO, I pray to God you get somebody down there who's willing to go down there for nothing, and like Tom did, and bring that money back here to Park City. He did that, and I congratulate him for it.
That's a great point, yeah. It's probably going to fall to a lot of us to step up on a.
Well, I think a lot of people didn't know that, Jim. I think that's why I ought to have said it.
I agree.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, then, hearing nothing else, I would take a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
What's that?
I move we adjourn.
Sorry, I'm staring at everybody that
Sorry, I
buzzed
didn't
in,
push the
so
button.
I was thinking Charlie buzzed in.
Second.
And Brandy. Or, motion by Tom, second by Charlie. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned, 7-0.
All that stuff